What if I told you this Pokemon battle was 5 years in the making? Well, it kind of was. Your New York Yankees are 2-2, and our Week 5 match in the Shuckle Premiere League is against Emvee, coach of the Big Nuggets. Now, Emvee and I were supposed to battle 5 years ago in a different draft league, but I unfortunately had to forfeit due to scheduling conflicts. And now he's in second place of this league, and we've got to try to take him down. If you want to see the complete video breakdown of our team this week, check the link in the description. But for now, it's time to battle. This is about as close as I will ever get to an away game, because we are playing past my bedtime. I mean, literally it's 9:30. I'm just an old man that wakes up at 5:30 in the morning. So I am, this is an away game, 100%. Let's get it. Okay, and he did bring Tropius. Okay, I literally don't know what I'm doing. I'm outclassed. I am outclassed. Okay, no Empoleon. So we see Mew, we see Annihilate, we see Raging Bolt. We don't see Toedscruel. Interesting. I was really expecting Toedscruel to come through this week. Didn't bring Weavile? What? Wow. Yeah, I tried to outplay him by not bringing Zoroark because Zoroark is like the only clean answer for his, Zoroark is the only clean answer for his Annihilate that I really have. I mean, Talus does really well. But yeah, I did not expect this lineup at all. Tropius, no Flygon. Oh my goodness, dude, I could have brought such a different team. This is crazy. So his hazard setter is Mew, right? If he has hazards, I'm pretty sure it's just Mew. I actually have zero idea what Tropius wants to do. Now, Tropius is a Terra captain. I got to pull up the other league, the other draft documents that I don't mess this up. But Tropius has the ability to be Flying, Fire, or Steel. So Steel would be pretty good into my Grimmsnarl, especially because he would be special. So that's gonna be kind of tough to deal with if it's Steel Tropius. I do have Fire Magmortar though, so I'm kind of happy about this. Let's see. We're gonna see Serendipity is just the lead. I literally don't know anything about this Pokemon. So I'm gonna open up Smogon. I did like, you know, look at it a little bit. I know that it has Toxic Chain or Technician. Let's see what other kind of moves it can learn. Does it learn like hazards at all? It doesn't learn hazards. It has taunts. It's a poison lad, poison fairy. I really don't know what this thing wants to do. Does it learn Thunder Wave? No. You know, my play at the very start was always going to be lead Linhardt, and I thought you were going to bring Cleavor, and I was going to go on to Dedue. I think I go on into Dedue anyway. I think I do. I'm not really seeing a cleaner play here. This thing is a physical attacker, it looks like, based on its stats. I genuinely have no idea what this thing wants to do, though. Poison Fairy. Archilodon is like a very good, at least based on typing, it's a very good answer. You might be going for, yeah, straight up Moonblast. Okay, so that's neutral. That is so much damage. That is so much damage. Way more damage than I want to take. Pheasantipity. Let's see how much a Moonblast should do to my Archilodon. I didn't get to see how much it actually did. I'm at 279, but I recovered leftovers and terrain. So, okay, so that's Specs' Sin. That is the most Specs Pokemon I've ever seen in my life. For sure. 100% the most Specs Pokemon. A body press is doing nothing to this, by the way. Absolutely nothing. Don't know why it does nothing. Oh, it's probably because it's ×4 resisted. That's fine. I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rocks. We're just going to see Moonblast again. This guy's big job was to go ahead and set up Stealth Rocks. I don't like how much damage I've taken, but I'm hoping that just getting the rocks up is worth it. Wow, this Moonblast actually Specs Moonblast. So Pheasantipity, what's your speed tier? You are 99, so you are pretty fast. Now, looking at your team, is anything surviving my Weavile? I mean, my Sneasler. This was kind of my whole game plan. Was like, I want to get Sneasler in. I want to go to +2. It looks like Moonblast is doing 40%. So I could technically, I think the best thing to do is go into Monica here, right? We're Assault Vest. We see that you're Specs. This should just be kind of a free hit. I can eat this Moonblast for sure. Let's just confirm that you're Choice Specs. Choice Specs. Okay, that does 56 damage. Oh, Toxic Chain does poison me. Oh, I didn't, that's Toxic Chain, huh? Okay, so Toxic Chain just said, whenever you get hit, you're poisoned. Good to know. All right, well, you know what, it's fine. Scorching Sands is super effective, which would mean on his team, the only clean switching he has is going to be the Tropius. But you can't, can you really switch a Tropius into a Flamethrower? He would do that. He definitely would do that. Let's see how much I do with Flamethrower. Flamethrower does 37%. Scorching Sands only does a tiny bit more, so it's worth it just going for Flamethrower. There's no reason to go Scorching Sands. We're gonna see the withdraw. I'm gonna get the burn. I'm pretty sure it's past 9 o'clock. I always get the burn. We see Mew land. We got some Mew action here. Take some Stealth Rock damage, so it is not going to be heavy duty boots. Dude, if I burn you, there's no synchronize, baby. No, okay. So you're obviously faster than me. We see the recovery first on your end. Fezandipity has taken 0 damage for certain, and I am toxic. Mew is obviously one of those crazy Pokemon, can do anything. I have no idea what it wants to do. The grassy terrain should have 1 turn left, I want to say. Grassy terrain does have 1 turn left, so I'd rather not go right out into my, it can have any move. I really want to go out into Talus, but it's not smart at all. We're just going to go into Rotom here, I think. Let's go into Rotom. I don't know. This Mew can do anything. Mew is one of the hardest Pokemon in draft to plan around. You really can't. Like, you know that it can run hazards. It looks like it could be a hazard moment for it. It's going to Earth Power as I switch in on that. Okay, Mew has Earth Power. Let's write that one down. It has Earth Power. It's going to regain a little bit of HP. Now, I don't see an immunity to Volt Switch on my man's team. However, I think I'd rather fire off a Will-O-Wisp. He has no immunity to that either, and it will be residual damage. If this thing ends up being, well, it's not physical, he's going Earth Power. Interesting. Maybe we do just Volt Switch for initiative. Because I do win this war, right? I'm pretty sure I win this war. Maybe not. Maybe he goes Psychic Noise, and then I can't heal. But I'll be switching out then. And if I switch out, this Mew is hurt. With the Mew hurt, I really do just need a little bit more damage. I think I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch so that I can get the Grassy Terrain back up. We're gonna see Psychic Noise. All right, so at least I called that one right. I can't Pain Split with the Psychic Noise, so I'm happy that I actually had that in the team builder. That was one move I was like pretty much certain he was going to bring. Now, the only bad thing about this would be if I go out into... You get Moonblast, right? You don't get Moonblast. What Fairy type moves do you get? Alluring Voice, Dazzling Gleam, Misty Explosion. Okay, Dazzling Gleam is going to be your strongest move against Grimmsnarl, right? Dazzling Gleam is 68%, and then I OHKO, right? I can just OHKO with Crunch at this range, depending on how it's EV'd. It's probably pretty good. My Chimera's, I ran Gunk Shot this week. I forgot to PP up it. Wow, that's really bad. I don't really want to give this thing more heals, but getting a knockoff off would be kind of nice. I could also, I want to get to do in... We saw Earth Power, right? So we know that it can hit me specially, and that's going to be annoying. So I would say let's go out into... it's either Grimmsnarl or Linhardt. I'm gonna go into Linhardt. I'm gonna go into Linhardt. I think knowing that Linhardt can take any one hit and I can go for a knockoff, a pretty free knockoff here, right? Like you're not gonna do crazy damage. So you might just Psychic Noise again, and that's okay. I can't lead to you because you can Psychic Noise me, so I'm gonna knock off. This should be a free knockoff. All right, we're gonna see Sludge Wave actually on this thing. Okay, so it has all of the coverage. We're just gonna get a knockoff off, which is big damage. We knock off the Assault Vest. Okay, so Sludge Wave is pretty massive here. Losing Linhardt would be kind of a dagger. Now, I can Grassy Glide, and that might be enough on this thing. So Grassy Glide, I believe I'm adamant. Let me double check. Actually, no, I would be jolly because I imported these sets into the Showdown calculator, so I would never make that mistake again. I am definitely jolly, right? Where's my nature? Nature! You're all the way over here? Yeah, you're jolly. Okay, so I could Terra and Grassy Glide. I really don't want to burn my Terra at all. But Grassy Glide has a pretty good chance to OHKO without me Terra-ing. Ooh, this is a dagger. Sludge Wave, I'm really glad I didn't go into Talus, because Talus would not have taken that as well. I think we do Grassy Glide here. And we don't Terra. Well, do I Terra? I don't Terra. I need to save the Terra Fairy with Magmortar. So we're just going to Grassy Glide. It's not enough at all. Okay. The Terra would have sealed it, but honestly, I mean, now I'm in a pickle. Now I'm definitely in a pickle. Because I obviously can't SD in front of this thing. I need to kill this thing with something though. Wow, I don't think I have a choice. I think I have to go out into either Monica or I think I have to go into the Shamir now. Yeah, I have to go into the Shamir right now. And the thing that stinks about this is that I don't know if there's something in the back on his team that I'm gonna be able to SD in front of. I mean, the Farigiraf is right there, and I don't think I take Farigiraf out with Sneasler without SDing. The other option is to go on to something else. I should have just Terra. Terra actually, looking back at it. I should have just Terra'd because this thing's already poisoned and it's not gonna be able to take 2 hits from the Raging Bolt anyway. You know what I could do? I could go out, if this thing has any healing, I'll be in big trouble, but I can go out into Rotom, and this is like the middle ground play. I'll go out into Rotom, Volt Switch, and Prage, you know? I'll go into Rotom, Volt Switch should be enough. I don't remember exactly how much it did. I wish I would have written it down, but I think it did 23%. I would imagine it does 23%. So we're gonna Volt Switch here. I'm sure he's just gonna go for a move. I don't mind if he swaps out and saves this. Like, best case scenario, he goes out into something that, like, he goes out into Pheasantipity, right? Because okay, you do withdraw. Pheasantipity does not get any psychic type moves. Zeus is mad. Okay, that's Raging Bolt. Okay, Raging Bolt is definitely scary. Raging Bolt takes some rocks damage. I do obviously nothing to you. Pain Split would have been really cool. What does Raging Bolt do? I could go out into Dedue here. I'm not gonna be able to pop my Grassy Seed, man. I know that's gonna be how I end up losing this game. I'm not gonna have time to pop my Grassy Seed. I can't SD in front of this thing. There's just no way. I'm gonna go out into Dedue. This is another special attacker though, which is definitely unfortunate, but I'm gonna gain some recovery here. Maybe I should have just actually, no, because this thing gets wall by Annihilate, right? We know I only have a fighting type move. So I think I actually just Roar here. I don't think Body Press is gonna do much. Even if I go to +1 defense, it's not gonna do much. So my goal, which this is a bad goal. I have 1 turn left. Yeah, it's Jover. I'm gonna Roar. I don't get my Unburden boost, which is gonna be awful. He's gonna actually swap, so this is fine for me. This is like, okay. We're gonna see Evil Emvee come out, which is gonna be the Annihilate, which is the whole reason I'm running Roar. The whole reason I'm running Roar is because of this thing. Because I cannot do anything to it at all. Now, ideally, not Pheasantipity. How about I guess Fergaraf would be fine. We're gonna see Mew come in. Mew actually takes Stealth Rock damage, and then we'll get recovery from the train gonna go away first. No, the train doesn't go away yet. So I could have actually gotten my, my Sneasler in. That was the only turn. That was the only turn where I could have gotten it in. We got a recovery. This Mew goes down. I think it goes down to rocks, right? So I'm pretty sure I mean, he goes Earth Power, right? He goes Earth Power. I'm just gonna go into Cast Bar. I think he knows that I'm just gonna be on a Roaring Scene. I don't know what to do now because my Sneasler is going to have Acrobatics with a Seed on it. So it's nowhere near strong to take out Annihilate. It loses the 1v1 easily. We're gonna see Earth Power here. I Levitate, I get some lefties, pretty cool. I am gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna try my best. I am gonna try my best to come back, but man, not preserving my Thwacky is just a dagger. Let's focus on the future though. This turn, I know Volt Switch actually takes you out. So I click Volt Switch, even if you go into Zeus, it's fine. I don't think you do. I think you just Psychic Noise, get some damage off. I do this, really cool stuff. And praise that I can someday in the future, I can get Sneasler to feel good about himself. If I were to go out into my Sneasler now, I think it brings in the Raging Bolt for sure. I can go out into Arch if I want, which, you know, I don't think it really has an answer for right now outside of like going out into Raging Bolt and clicking a big move, which is probably valid. We could go out into Talus, but that once again, I think baits in Raging Bolt. We have to get rid of that thing to really progress. I'm gonna go out into Dedue. We'll get more lefties recovery. We'll make this thing really annoying. That's Dedue's whole job right now in this battle because I didn't know what else to do to Dedue. And I was just gonna say, hey, let's let Dedue live as long as possible. And let's just go ahead and let's just roar everything out. Speaking of, I think he actually, yes, goes back out into this because Choice Specs Moonblast is free against this thing. And I think he sees that for sure. Now, this is somewhat of an opportunity for me. I can either go out into Monica. We know how much it does to me, but I don't have any recovery anymore. And we get a free Flamethrower off. The other option is we know that he specs and he's going for most likely Moonblast. We could go out into Sneasler. Choice Specs Moonblast is a 2 KO, never mind. Okay, we stay in. I think we just stay in then, because or we're just going to the Monica. I'm just gonna go into the Monica. Honestly. Because he's gonna Moonblast. He's gonna Moonblast no matter what. Not no matter what, but he's gonna Moonblast. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. There's the Moonblast. This is the best thing that we have to eat it. Does a lot of damage, unfortunately. It's a crit. It's a dagger. Special attack drop. That's way worse than the crit. That is so much worse than the crit. Okay. Yeah, that's awful for sure. I think that we just go Flamethrower. The only thing on his team that resisted is Raging Bolt, and I'm faster than Raging Bolt, so he wouldn't switch into that unless he's Choice Scarfed. We don't know anything about that yet. I'm just gonna click Flamethrower and get a crit or a burn. I'm just gonna try. This thing is going down for sure. But the Serendipity puts so much pressure on me that this is just what I have to do. I would have gotten one more attack off if I didn't get crit, sadly. But that's the way the Pokemon crumbles. This should still put him like in an okay-ish position for me, right? Like, Gunk Shot is gonna do a lot. It's either that, I can't really go on into Grimmsnarl, right? Because you Oko me. We gotta go into Shamir here. I'm hoping that he's just so afraid of the Swords Dance. I guess I have to calc, right? Like, is there a world where Swords Dance Shamir, this would have been the position. If I had the grassy terrain still, and I went into it now, that would have been the position. It's really a dagger, dude. His Acrobatics into Annihilate while I'm holding an item, not gonna do too much. It does 88%. You know what, that's a little bit. That's a little bit. It's probably our best chance at winning, right? Like, I can't one-shot this thing anyway, so let's Swords Dance. Let's SD. He actually withdraws. Interesting. Go into Annihilate. Plot Armor. What does that mean? For Rigoraph. Oh no. Don't tell me that this thing is Choice Scarf and that it has, I mean, this is not supposed to be a Pokemon that goes fast. Choice Scarf won't outspeed me in the name of the Father, right? Let's give you Choice Scarf. It does outspeed me if he's Choice Scarf. You've got to be kidding me. I know he's Scarfed, man. I have to believe he's Scarfed. I can't waste it. I have to go into do. Or actually, I have to go into Talus. If I really believe he's Scarfed, would he do that? 252. If I was Jolly, yeah, you know what though? He wouldn't. If I'm Jolly, I outspeed him. All right, I'm gonna risk it all. I'm gonna Gunk Shot here. I think a +2 Gunk Shot does it. Let's go. Let's go. Yes! Oh, I didn't sell, dude. Come on! I did not sell. I was this close to selling. I almost walked over to the used car lot down the road. Oh, Sneasler, you finally get to do something. And I ran Gunk Shot because at +2, Gunk Shot takes out the Mew, whereas Close Combat didn't. I'm running Close Combat as well, obviously, and I could have gone for that. Didn't really want to lower my defense yet, though, because I kind of need my defense since I don't have the defense boost from the Unburden and the Grassy Seed. This all could have been great. This all could have been so great. That would have been the moment, though, honestly, Emvee. If I had Fling Big Nugget right there, oh, that would have tasted just so delicious for us. I know, because you wanted that so bad. You told me you wanted me to do it. I'm just not good enough. I don't got the Emvee special. I'm so glad I looked further and saw that if I was Jolly, I would outspeed him Scarf, so he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't make him Scarf. We got the Great Neck. Okay, Great Neck, who can Terra, right? Great Neck who can Terra into Fire, Steel, or Flying. The only way that Tropius should Oko me, I don't know if it's the case, is if he goes Flying, right? That's the only way. I think that we assume that he's Flying. If he's Steel, he shouldn't Oko me with anything, and I can just Close Combat next turn. I think I Gunk Shot. And we see. If he's Steel, he's Steel. If he's Steel, he's Steel. This is such a mind game right here. He's flying! All right, I called that. Please hit the Gunk Shot. I did call that. Please hit the Gunk Shot. Yes, Shamir! Let's go! And I think my thought process was sound. I think it was sound. Dude, I think I could have, I might have been able to do this sweep earlier against the Pheasantipity, man. No, I couldn't switch into it. I had to let Thwacky go down and come in. All right, here comes Evil Emvee, taking more rocks damage. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna go Acrobatics, right? Like, I could SD one more time. Maybe that is the play. Against Annihilate, depending on how he's running it. Annihilate shouldn't Oko me with anything outside of Final Gambit, which would be kind of fine, I guess. +2 Acrobatics while I'm, +2 Acrobatics when holding item does 68, but then I buff his Shadow Punch. So I think instead we just go SD. I think I just go SD. I don't want to buff his Shadow Punch, Rage Fist unnecessarily. Right, we're going to see Rage Fist here. I know I can take that. Does like 29, 34%. Okay, it does way more than that. Way more than that. Wait a minute. That's got to be banded. Yeah, that's banded. Okay, so we can just go for Acrobatics here. That'll go ahead and take out Evil Emvee. Wow, but listen, look at the mascots fighting it out on the field. We got Sneasler versus Annihilate. Insane. But I think that should seal it, man. I think this was like super clean. I was really excited about not terroring, but Zeus is mad. I don't gunk shot here. That's how I sell. I just close combat. We just go for close. I forgot that Thunderclap is a priority move. I literally said he has no priority. I don't know new Pokemon. I don't know new Pokemon yet. We're gonna go ahead though and snag that with the CC. And then the last Pokemon is the Pheasantipity, right? It's choice. See, he had to go ahead and like leave this thing for last, especially because it's choice specs. But at the end of the day, I just go. Actually, I don't know what I go right now. Pheasantipity. It should be. I mean, Acrobatics is unfortunately not enough. I have to gunk shot and I have to land it. Let's see. I got it! All right! We got the gunk shots. Last minute call to change that over because the Mew calcs didn't even matter against Mew, but that's gonna be it. Emvee, thank you so much for the game. Insane match, years in the making. Your New York Yankees are finally positive for the first time this season. I'll see you next week for another battle. Keep it shady.